He's real smart, but he needs to learn he doesn't know everything.
Number 10, Vincent Sinclair, F9. On some level, the Fast and Furious franchise has always been about fathers and sons, so we shouldn't be surprised when that comes to its inevitable conclusion. Vin Diesel has always been private about his personal life, so you'd be forgiven for not knowing he had a son to play the younger version of him in a movie.
The director and the cast all have their own relationship with my children. And it was his idea for my son to play young Dom.
But Vincent Sinclair made an appearance playing a very young, very small Dom Toretto in 2021's F9.
It was intimidating at first, since I've never been in anything like it, and I was kind of nervous.
We don't see much of Dom at this tender age, so a different actor gets to carry out most of the movie's flashback scenes. But it is fun to see Vincent living up to his dad's Fast and Furious legacy.
Immortal?
Just like a family dog. You build it right, you take care of it. It'll live beyond you.
Number 9, Mamie Gummer, Evening. Meryl Streep's daughters may not share her last name, but they certainly share her looks. Louisa Jacobson, Grace Gummer and Mamie Gummer all look so much like their mother, but it was Mamie who got the honour of sharing the screen with her in the 2007 drama Evening.
You nervous? Yeah, a little. You look fantastic. Just breathe. Yeah.
Meryl plays the character of Lila in the present day, while Mamie plays the same character in the 1950s.
It's the only thing I could think of to do.
Well, you were very convincing.
The film didn't get amazing reviews, quite the opposite in fact, and perhaps it didn't take advantage of this amazing pairing and the rest of the astounding cast, but it's still fun to see mother and daughter on screen.
I wasn't expecting anything quite so grand.
It's just a very old dream my family can't seem to wake up from.
Number 8, Vivian Falcone, Thunder Force. When your parents are Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone, that is a lot of comedic royalty to live up to. Seriously, have you seen Bridesmaids? The two are absolute gold.
Something about thanks. Why don't you take my scotch? It'll just give the pill.
But Ben and Melissa must have felt that their daughter, Vivian Falcone, was up to the challenge.
Don't think I won't hit a girl, Lydia. Don't think a girl won't hit you, Wayne.
The comedy couple cast Vivian to play a younger version of Melissa's character in the 2021 superhero comedy Thunder Force. The film didn't receive the best reviews upon release, but Vivian totally nails playing a younger version of her mother.
More like a hero, I guess, but I think I'd be a pretty kick-ass superhero.
It makes sense. When you live with someone, you'll probably get to know their tics and gestures pretty darn well. Number 7, Alice Richmond, 30 Rock. Over the years, Liz Lemon has become one of the iconic comedy characters of TV, and much of that is due to the hilarious performance of Tina Fey.
That's how much Liz Lemon cares about having a special day.
Luckily, casting directors were able to find a young actress with Tina's impeccable comedic timing to play a younger version of Liz.
Sal Rosenberg. He never got enough time in his garden before he passed.
You might wonder where this wonder kid came from, and might be surprised to learn it's Tina's daughter, Alice Richmond. Alice matches her mum's knack for comedy with ease.
First wedding I ever went to, I was a flower girl for my Aunt Linda. When they said, "You may now kiss the bride," I did my first ever eye roll.
Number 6, Annie Stark, The Wife. Remember The Wife? You'd be forgiven if you didn't. When it came to award shows, it seemed like nobody had actually seen this Glenn Close drama. Well, if you still haven't seen The Wife, we've got one more surprise for you. The movie follows Glenn Close as Joan, a woman who begins to question the choices that have led her to marry her husband.
I can't do it. I can't take it. I can't take the humiliation of holding your coat and arranging your pills and picking the crumbs out of your beard and being shoved aside with all the other wives to talk about some goddamn shopping trip.
This premise involves a lot of flashbacks to Joan's earlier life. And in those flashbacks, Glenn's own daughter, Annie Stark, plays the younger version of Joan.
That's very good. I see I'm gonna have to watch out for you.
I could be quite a handful, Professor.
We didn't even know Glenn Close had a daughter who acted, so imagine our surprise when this Glenn lookalike showed up.
No, you're the girl with a golden touch. You'll go on to be a literary sensation while I stay at home grading papers and cooking the pot roast.
I'm not gonna be a literary sensation, you bastard, not ever. No one will ever publish my books, and even if they did, no one would read them.
Number 5, Eva Amori, Dead Man Walking. Sometimes mothers and daughters like working together so much they do it more than once.
What were you trying to do anyway? Impress your friends?
Such is the case with Susan Sarandon and her daughter Eva Amori. They played the same character at different ages in the 2012 Adam Sandler vehicle That's My Boy. But in this list, we wanted to focus on a movie that centres the women a bit more than that one. In the 1995's crime thriller Dead Man Walking, Susan Sarandon plays a nun who's advising a death row inmate through his final days.
Look, I want the last thing you see in this world to be a face of love. So you look at me when they do this thing.
In a flashback scene, her then very young daughter Eva plays a 9-year-old Helen. Even that young, you can see the similarities.
Look in her eyes, for there is peace.
Number 4, Indio Falconer Downey, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It must be pretty cool when your dad is Iron Man. But it's probably even cooler to get to star in a movie with him.
It's kind of evocative, the imagery, anyway.
Here's your alibi.
And in 2005, Robert Downey Jr.'s son, Indio Falconer Downey, got to do just that. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang follows the exploits of criminal Harry Lockhart, played by Downey Jr. In flashbacks, a 9-year-old Harry is played by Indio.
The kid at the beginning was the magician, right? That was me. I don't want to put this on you, but some detectives, if you've been paying attention, I mean, I shouldn't have to... Great, no wonder, hey.
Around the time Downey Jr. was struggling with very public addiction issues and an impending divorce, which we know couldn't have been easy for anyone involved. But it seems like Indio and his father have a good relationship. And who knows, maybe we'll see them in another film together someday.
And now, for my shocking finale. Not for the squeamish, not for the faint of heart.
Number 3, Michael Gandolfini, The Many Saints of Newark. Tony Soprano, the man, the myth, the legend. James Gandolfini is the actor who brought life to this complex, brutal criminal in the wildly popular TV show The Sopranos. And it's difficult to think of anyone else playing the complicated, magnetic Tony.
We're in a situation where everybody involved knows the stakes. And if you're going to accept those stakes, you got to do certain things.
But if anyone could do it, it's his son, Michael.
On the basis of the Sanford Binet, he's high IQ.
You can't prove it by me. He's got a D+ average.
Well, he doesn't apply himself, but he is smart.
Michael stars as a young Tony Soprano in the film The Many Saints of Newark, released in October of 2021. Unfortunately, James tragically passed away in 2013 and won't get to see his son take up the mantle, but we know Michael makes his father proud.
Tony Soprano, he's one of the greatest characters of all time, so I wanted to stay true and honest, and I wanted people to accept this new version of Tony.
Number 2, Zoe Perry, young Sheldon. Sharing the screen with Laurie Metcalf is intimidating in itself, so we can't imagine having to take on a character she originated, never mind being her daughter, while doing it.
You want me to treat you like an adult? You got it. From this moment on, I am done mommying you.
Wonderful. Does that mean I can have my comic books back?
Comic books are for children. You're an adult.
But that's exactly what Zoe Perry did when she took on the role of Mary Cooper, Sheldon Cooper's mum, in the hit series Young Sheldon. Fans, of course, know Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, and know that Metcalf herself originated the role of Sheldon's mum.
You put those on.
What for?
Because you're going to go down to your office, you're going to apologize to your boss, and get your job back.
No.
I'm sorry, did I start that sentence with the words, "if it please your highness"?
Luckily for us, Zoe is an accomplished actress, just like her mother, and plays the role superbly.
Mom, you're embarrassing me.
Oh, is that right? Well, guess what? I don't care. And if I catch you doing it again, I'll be back with my husband. He is way scarier than me.
I doubt that.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Eva Anderson, Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, keeping evil in the family.
The young girl's father would record his daughter, her voice, her likeness, saving her for posterity. But then the breakthrough came.
Michael Consuelos, Riverdale, might as well be Mark Consuelos' twin.
Sounds simple enough.
Not much of a party.
So, why don't we make it one?
What's that, Hiram?
Fizzle rocks. They're new.
Melissa Rivers, Joy. No one could play Joan like her daughter.
Who's Joan? Thank you, darling. Oh, you're never gonna make it in a man's world dressed like that.
CJ Wallace, Notorious. A smaller Biggie Smalls.
Told you I'll come. I ain't on lockdown like that. So you ready to be a big baller? What I gotta...
Number 1, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Straight Outta Compton.
Yo, Dre, what up? I got something to say.
When watching 2015's Straight Outta Compton, you'd be forgiven for thinking they used some Irishman-esque de-aging technology on Ice Cube and stuck him in the movie. But that Ice Cube lookalike is actually Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
We gotta do what we gotta do. They gonna take care of you. You they bread and butter.
Q, we ruthless.
We NWA.
Straight Outta Compton dramatizes the creation of the hip-hop group NWA, of which Ice Cube was a crucial member. O'Shea Jackson Jr. is amazing in the role of his father, nailing Ice Cube's body language, cadence, and rapping skills, and it's truly something amazing to see.
With a right, left, you're toothless. And then you say, God damn, they ruthless.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.